out on an outside court where unfortunately there are no American television cameras to record it for us. Henman leads by 1-0 6-2 first set, and by 3-2 in the second set. We'll keep you posted.
Love 15.
Yes, he's playing Roberto Jabali of Brazil, of course, who's come in as a lucky loser or replacement for Mats Wilander. A pity in some ways that it wasn't Wilander, because we might well have seen it on a show court. Also, of course, the Swedish connection with this match. Wilander, former winner.
Yes, in another way though, I think he might have, well, in fact, I believe he would have found Wilander a much more difficult person to unravel. We'll never know.
Yes, thinking of Wilander and Edberg, of course, the Swedes are quite used to stardom in the game. The Dutch are still trying to come to terms with Krajicek's success. Of course, in sporting terms in Holland, it's astonishing. In tennis terms, well, it's over the moon, because he's the first ever Dutchman to win or woman to win a Grand Slam singles title.
All.
3-5 30 all first set. Served well here.
That was a terrific volley, because it must have been a pretty nerve-wracking shot, and it came at a difficult angle for Krajicek. Those are never easy to play.
Smart returning this. He's always done that well. Just block or chip the heavy serve around the ankles of the incoming volleyer. And a big chap like Krajicek, what is he, 6'5", isn't he? 6'5". You see how difficult it is for him. Oh dear. Looks a bit like a set point. Now listen to this. Yeah, he's got the first set. Suddenly, just a couple of mistakes by Krajicek. The one break by Edberg, and he's a set-up, 6 games to 3. Now the Wimbledon champion, Richard Krajicek, who himself is very amiable and gentle for a mountainous chap that he is. He's been saying that he feels rather different now that he's actually won a Grand Slam championship, and especially Wimbledon. Because he says now that he knows he's actually capable of winning 7 matches in 2 weeks, because he's gone and done it. Whereas before, he says, he hoped just merely to do well. Anyways, a set down here. Start of the second set.
Love 15. 15 all.
Well, if Krajicek does get many second serves, he's really got to try and remind Edberg that if he does miss first serve, he's going to be in some sort of trouble, which will put more pressure on that first serve. And that's really what he hasn't thus far done at all.
15.
That's good stuff.
Well, I don't think there can really be a better sight on a tennis court that somebody trading volleys, a ricochet of shots, and then having to leap back athletically for the smash. So often we see points now won with so much big hitting from the back of the court with so little variety.
Juice.
Just asking the Australian umpire, Wayne McKeown, whether he was quite sure about the call.
Yeah, it's difficult to argue with Cyclops.
Advantage Edberg.
Well, Krajicek was just a little more energetic there, of course. There was a semblance of a chance. It wasn't a particularly good punched volley by Edberg, and it came to Krajicek's more favoured shot.
Game Edberg.
He leads one set to love,
Service.
and by one game to love. Well, he was bound to be especially keen for this. Up to about a year ago, he did consistently say that he rather hoped he'd got one more Grand Slam title in him. I haven't heard him say it this year. Think he has? It's asking too much, I'd have thought.
Yes, I don't think he can, because he does wilt, there's no doubt about it. At the beginning of the year, his real dream, of course, was, like so many players who haven't won that one title, Borg, who never won here, Becker and Edberg have dreamed, as I'm sure Sampras will dream, as McEnroe dreamed, to win the French. And he thought that would be the ideal win in this, his final year. But he did hope to bring his ranking up from around the 20 mark. He ended 95. I've got it somewhere, what he ended the year.
Time.
Can't find it. But he was in the 20s, and he was hoping to bring his ranking up, I think, to somewhere in the top 10, which would have been amazing had he been able to achieve that. Of course, he might yet. And then to retire in the top 10. Well, some say retire somewhere at the top.
Thank you. To your seats quickly, please, in the back of the court. Lock 15.
Well, this was certainly no mishit, course, making Krajicek play the shot after it bounced. Krajicek's not able to get that much pace, leaving Edberg more
15
time.
all.
That's why you see players straining forward to try and play the ball on the volley. Gives the opponent less time, gives the shot just that much more pace.
A break here, and possibilities would open. There you are. He's got a set, now he's got a break. He leads 2-love. We've been trying to find out in the last half an hour whether the United States Tennis Association, should Edberg lose this match, have they planned to make any sort of presentation on court? They're not terribly good at communication, the United States Tennis Association, as you may have gathered. However, if they had planned something, which would be very generous of them, perhaps it's not going to happen today anyway.
Well, it's another day, another place, of course, but those are the sort of shots that were working for Krajicek at Wimbledon. Everything he tried. I didn't see him play Michael Stich there, but I did speak to Tom Ocker after that match, and he was telling me about a half-volley backhand topspin lob that Krajicek had hit. And I said to Ocker, well, he must have mishit it surely. And Ocker said, no, he actually meant it. And that's the way he played at Wimbledon, which, of course, is so phenomenal, which I pointed out, or made the point earlier, just to bring it out on an occasion like that. 4-7 matches. Well, just his third break point on the Edberg serve, and that's what he's got to do, really, if he does get second serves.
Well, good reactions, a little bit lucky maybe too.
Juice.
Yes, lovely hands and timing by Edberg there. But again, this was a shot that I've actually seen Krajicek make a lot, not only at Wimbledon.